Welcome to the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. Just like you, I'm an independent retail business owner. I love the home decor and gift boutique I co-own with my sister, but I don't want it to consume me or my life. Join me each week as I share lessons learned, helpful tips, and valuable information for your retail business and life. Whether you're buying your products or making your products, whether you're a $25K business or a $2.5 million business, I'm on a mission to help indie retailers work less, profit more, and grow. Let's get started on today's episode. Welcome to episode 156 of the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast, The Power of a Business Mastermind. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. So, I kick off all episodes, I think I try to at least, with my intention for this episode. And my intention for this one is to share why business masterminds like Master Shopkeepers, which we now refer to as MSK, why they're so powerful, and some things to consider so you can determine if masterminds are a good fit for you. So if I pull definitions from Google and searching online, a mastermind is described as a peer-to-peer mentoring group used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from the other group members. Another definition came up as a gathering of like-minded people who meet up frequently in small groups to support, encourage, and learn from each other's stories, experiences, and ideas, and hold each other accountable to well-defined goals. Over the years, I've learned that there are 6 things to think about when you consider joining a mastermind, and I have also participated in masterminds in the past. So I think between being the leader of a mastermind and participating in them, I figured I could share some of these things so that you can take them into consideration before you join one. So the first one is you want to find your peers. Pretty simple, right? Of course, self-explanatory. I do find that the more niche and specific the mastermind, the better. So for example, Master Shopkeepers is for brick and mortar retail store owners, gift shops, apparel stores, lifestyle businesses, vendor and consignment stores, pretty much any brick and mortar retail business, right? The second thing that you want to consider is determine if you're willing to give and take. This one's really, really important. It's easy to just take in a mastermind. However, giving is a really important part of the equation here. It's what makes a mastermind group unique and extremely helpful is because there's so many people willing to share and receive. Third, you want to determine your goals and then ask yourself, do they fit the goals of the mastermind you're interested in? So, for example, the tagline for Savvy Shopkeeper, my overall brand, is to work less, profit more, and grow. I teach this in everything I do, right? I teach it all the time in the podcast, in blog posts, and especially in Master Shopkeepers. Store owners know that when they're ready to take their business seriously, when they want to become more profitable, have more freedom, and grow or scale, Master Shopkeepers is for them. The fourth question that you want to ask yourself is, are you ready to make the investment? And I'm going to pause here, and I really want you to listen to this because for many of you, this is going to be scary. But the important thing to consider here isn't so much the investment as much as it's, are you ready to get a return on your investment? Participating in a mastermind alone won't fix, improve, or grow your business. It's so important for me to say that. You have to show up and you have to do the work. So I provide an incredible space for Master Shopkeepers members. Like the group itself is one of the most valuable assets with the membership. There are also a ton of resources that come with the membership that are available to members. But if members don't use, practice, or implement the information that's available to them, they may not see a return on their investment. I often hear people say, I don't have the time. But what this really means is you aren't making whatever it is you're referring to a priority. So when you join a business mastermind, it's because you are ready to make your business a priority. I think that's the difference. Is we could all use the time excuse for everything, for anything. There's so much going on in our lives, right? I think what happens when people do decide to join a mastermind or to invest in a class, or like, okay, I'm ready to do this. That's the difference. You make it a priority. Now, do we always follow through on that priority? That's a different story. But getting there is determining in your brain that you're going to make this business that you've put so much time and effort into, you're going to make it a priority. You're tired of treating it maybe like a hobby or a jobby, and you want the tools and the people around you to help lift you up to get it done. This episode is brought to you by my free resource, 100 plus social media ideas and prompts for retail store owners. It's easy to get into a rut with social media marketing and not know what to post about. Get this 21-page downloadable resource filled with a list of long ideas so you can be inspired to post and market your brick and mortar store. Visit savvyshopkeeper.com/100 ideas. That's the number 100 and the word ideas all together. savvyshopkeeper.com/100 ideas and sign up for my newsletter to get the list. The fifth question to ask yourself is, are you comfortable in group settings? If you Google the word mastermind, like I did, and I shared definitions, you'll often find that they're described as small groups, maybe 10, 15 members. However, in Master Shopkeepers, you're surrounded by over 100 retail store owners. This might seem large and intimidating, but there's so much connection within the group. There's so much intimacy. You'd be surprised. Members are finding their biz besties, there's small tribes, we're connecting in person, we're connecting on Zoom. Like, we genuinely get to know each other, especially if you show up frequently. I will add that I've had a few shopkeepers determine that group membership isn't for them. They find that one-on-one coaching is a much better fit. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. You do you, which also reminds me, and I didn't have this in my notes for the podcast, but if you're an introvert and you're afraid of a group membership, don't be afraid. I am hands down an introvert. And I think what's fantastic about an online mastermind group membership like this is you can show up and leave the Zoom call if you want. You can participate as much as you want. You know, of course, there are going to be extroverts who show up, who engage, who have conversations, but there's nothing really intimidating about this group or about the people in the group. I don't force anyone to do anything. It's pretty laid back in terms of, requirements. I don't ask anyone to speak up if they're not comfortable. I might nudge you in conversation because maybe I know there's something about your business that I think would be helpful to others to share. But aside from that, it's a Facebook group, so you can pop in and out as often as you want. Same with Zoom. Sometimes the master classes are an hour and a half long. And I always tell people, if you're at your store, go do what you have to do. Just mute yourself. You could turn off video. You can leave the Zoom call and come back in. It is pretty laid back in that respect. And I don't want introverts to feel that maybe the word group is intimidating to them. Again, coming from a really, really strong introvert, I want you to feel comfortable knowing that it's going to be okay. The sixth question is, or the sixth thing to consider, I should say, is find a group that shares the same values as you. This one is really, really important. So in Master Shopkeepers, kindness, respect, professionalism, and treating our stores like a business, not a hobby, takes front and center. There are no mean girls or guys, I should say, because we do have a man in the group. There are no mean girls in the group. No one who's playing shop either. Although we've had plenty of people join, indicating to us that they've been playing shop for too long and they're ready to up level. So maybe to start, that's the case, but this changes once people join the group and they see how powerful the mastermind can be for their mindset, for themselves, and for their businesses. This also happens at the Savvy Shopkeeper Retreat, like in incredible ways. The retreat is so impactful. And again, it's the in-person connection. It's being surrounded by some pretty incredible retail business owners. It's inspiring, it's motivating, and that's what Master Shopkeepers does too. It's important to note that beyond a mastermind, Master Shopkeepers is also a business coaching group. So this does make it different and unique. So if you take the mastermind part of it, where it's a group of people sharing and supporting and encouraging each other, maybe holding each other accountable, what Master Shopkeepers also offers is business coaching. Not only do you get the knowledge, support, and encouragement from other store owners, but you also get all of this. And it's important for me to list all of them because there is a lot. I don't list them to overwhelm you. I list them because I haven't really talked about Master Shopkeepers, and it's important for me to share everything that's included with this amazing group membership. So you get master classes. That's where I teach live. You get a library of business resources, and this is written lessons, downloads. This includes all of the Savvy Shopkeeper business worksheets, the year-end report. You get access to calculators, replays. If you think this podcast is helpful, you want a 100 exit because there's so much that I have added to the lab in the academy that you have access to as a group member. And the other thing is I'm constantly adding to the library too. You also get focus group calls on Zoom. We do casual coffee chats that are not recorded on Zoom. We have hot seat coaching opportunities where you can coach for 30 minutes, just one-on-one with me on Zoom. We record it and share it in the group. You get my guidance and coaching. And this is the thing. Once I really get to know you and your business, I can help you more. And I think that's one of the reasons I encourage people to share in the group, to be part of the group calls, to ask questions, to share some of their wins or struggles, because I can help more. You also get a group member discount. Now, this isn't on everything that I offer, but for instance, the Savvy Shopkeeper Digital Planner group members get a discount. And in fact, recently, all Master Shopkeepers members had the opportunity to get my Retail Profit Pie assessment and virtual coaching for free. This episode is brought to you by my free resource, Tools of the Retail Trade Resource Guide, a 28-page downloadable resource filled with software, tools, and equipment recommendations just for brick-and-mortar retail store owners. Learn what I use and what other store owners are using. Visit savvyshopkeeper.com/resources. That's savvyshopkeeper.com/resources and sign up for my newsletter to get the guide. Another perk of being in the group is I'm actually also bringing back power hours. These are 1-hour time blocks on Zoom for all of us to work on our businesses. I've noticed over the past year that people keep saying, like, I just need to focus. I need dedicated time. Well, I'm going to provide that for them. I did it in the past, and I honestly don't know why I stopped doing it because it was also helpful to me. So power hours are coming back. I do special challenges. We recently did a market mood board challenge. Most of us used Canva to do this. I did an email marketing challenge, which then I offered to podcast listeners and email subscribers. And then I have 2 other challenges planned for 2023, and who knows what's going to happen in 2024. The fun thing about challenges is we really focus on one particular thing, and I give away prizes. I love to give away prizes. Sometimes it's cash prizes. Sometimes it's a physical prize, like a social media sign or something like that. I really try to have fun with the challenges. And then the last thing I offer with Master Shopkeepers is territory protection. So that means you won't have another store owner within a certain mile radius of your store. It's just you in the group. Now, plenty of us have waived that. I think I've talked about it before, it's an option. But I think it's also important to some retailers. So yeah, all of this that I just mentioned. During the 2022 Savvy Shopkeeper Retreat, we had a team of videographers there from Unnamed Video. Shout out to Unnamed Video. They interviewed some Master Shopkeepers members who were at Fruchthaven Farm. It was important to me to capture the essence of the Master Shopkeepers group, but in the words of group members themselves. You all hear from me every week through this podcast, and although I am the group leader and the coach in Master Shopkeepers, I'm only a fraction of what this group membership offers and how much it gives to group members. So I got back from America's Mart and I received the video from Scott at Unnamed Video, and I watched, it was almost the final edited version of the Master Shopkeepers video, and I literally had tears streaming down my face. We'll link the video in the show notes, of course, but I think why I was so emotional is it was incredibly rewarding to see how genuinely grateful group members are to be part of MSK, and more importantly, how much it has helped them personally and professionally. Founding Savvy Shopkeeper has been a journey. I talk about that all the time. I've had so many bumps in the road, plenty of failures, lots of changes over the course of 5+ years. But what hasn't changed is my determination to build a community of retailers who genuinely feel supported, not judged, to talk with store owners, not at store owners, to educate indie retailers in a way that they can truly understand how to work less, profit more, and grow their businesses. And to coach indie retailers like no one else is doing it, with a focus on our health, our mental health, and our mindset, because this is something that's so often neglected and not talked about. What's really important for me to share too is what isn't Master Shopkeepers. So Master Shopkeepers isn't a free Facebook group filled with spammy conversations, never-ending sales pitches, negative Nellies, Debbie Downers, or judgmental, condescending business experts. Now, don't get me wrong. We seek help from each other in the group, and at times we vent, especially under our Monday mood post. But we also have so much fun. We share our wins, we laugh a lot, and we truly encourage and support each other. So it's time for me to wrap this up. I hope this has been helpful to you. I feel like I really, truly haven't talked about Master Shopkeepers in a long time. Starting in March, the annual membership for Master Shopkeepers, the price of the annual membership rate is going up, and the size of territory protection is going down. It's important to note that for all existing members, this doesn't change for you. I'm not changing anything on you. How you came into the group is what remains. But whether it's Master Shopkeepers or another group mastermind, consider what I mentioned in this podcast episode so you can find the right fit for you and your business. If Master Shopkeepers is something you have considered, and I know some of you have because you tell me so, I encourage you to apply now. And you can do that at savvyshopkeeper.com/group membership. I'll say it one more time, savvyshopkeeper.com/group membership, all one word. Two of the biggest pieces of feedback I received from Master Shopkeepers members is, I wish I had found this group years ago, or I would have quit this if I didn't find you and Master Shopkeepers. And last but not least, I want to mention what a founding member said in the group recently. So Kim, shout out to Kim. When she first joined, she challenged me. I'll never forget it. I think she sent me some PMs on Facebook. She gave me some tough love from the beginning, and I'll never forget it. It was important to her that my values aligned with her values. And she asked me some tough questions when I launched Master Shopkeepers, and she was considering joining. Well, Kim did join, and when I recently shared the new Master Shopkeepers promo video in the group, she commented on the video post. She said, I am so incredibly proud of you and your accomplishments with MSK. I love what you have built. Your heart and soul speaks volumes to so many women business owners. We have all been blessed by you following your dream. I'm happy to say that 4 years later, Kim is still together on this journey with me, and I'm incredibly proud of that. She did the work prior to joining Master Shopkeepers. She probably checked in with herself about what she was looking for and what she was looking for in a mastermind group. She probably asked herself some of the questions I mentioned earlier in this episode. She did the work to ensure that Master Shopkeepers is what she wanted for herself and for her business, and I recommend that you do the same for yourself. If you have been interested in Master Shopkeepers for a while, or if you just learned about Master Shopkeepers and you're like, I need this in my life now, I encourage you to apply today. Don't let another frustrating, lonely, unsure day or week or month or year go by. You are worth it, and so is your store. If you want to see the show notes to this episode or find links to anything I mentioned, visit my blog at savvyshopkeeper.com/episode 156. And again, if you want to apply to join Master Shopkeepers, it's savvyshopkeeper.com/group membership. Until the next episode, be savvy and boss up.